with the series of analogy concepts, and we are now ready to face practice exercises. And since we all know that there are two approaches in dealing with verbal analogy questions, okay, the single word approach and the paired word approach, we shall be dealing with the first one first, the single word approach, which is divided into three categories. In this case, I'm giving you three sets of 20 questions each. The first is the easy verbal analogy questions. The second set is the average verbal analogy questions. And the third set is the 20 difficult verbal analogy questions. Okay, so after this series of single word approach verbal analogy questions, we shall be going to the paired word approach verbal analogy questions. It's still the same, and just the same, we should be having the easy, average, and difficult levels. Okay, and hopefully when we're done with these two series, we'll be going to the challenging verbal analogy questions. Okay, so for now, let's deal with the single word approach 20 easy verbal analogy questions. Okay, tips in answering analogy questions before we proceed. After reading each question carefully, immediately eliminate answers which are evidently wrong. Next tip, determine the kind of relationship that the first pair of words illustrates. Remember the order, okay? And select the answer that exhibits the same relationship as the first pair. Fourth tip, always choose the best possible answer when confronted with choices which seem to be possible answers. Okay, so let us try to take the first slide. This is with examples still to refresh us of what we've taken up in the series of analogy or verbal reasoning concepts. Okay, now we have to complete the second pair by selecting one of the given suggested words. For example, number 1, shoes is to feet as spectacles is to A, nose, B, eyes, C, hands. Have you figured it out? So, shoes are worn on the feet and spectacles or eyeglasses are worn or used for the eyes. Very good. Okay, so number 2, we have water is to boiling as lard is to blank. A, sweetening, B, frying, C, baking. Okay, just a minute for you to figure it out. It's just as easy. Okay, the answer is frying because lard is used for frying. The third example is salt is to sugar as soy sauce is to blank. A, fish sauce, ketchup, C, honey. So we have salt and sugar have opposite relationship. Therefore, since soy sauce is salty, the opposite is a sweet mixture, which is honey. That's it. I guess we're all ready to answer the questions. Okay, let's begin. Now, I'm gonna give you, like in this slide, I'm gonna read it to you, but in the succeeding slides, I'm just gonna play like 20 seconds for each slide. Okay, for a start, and you can pause the video if the slides if you're not yet done with the slides on the screen. Okay, but you have to remember that you'll be under time pressure when you sit in any exams dealing with like entrance exam, admission test, aptitude test, all right, placement tests. Okay, you'll be under time pressure, so you have to keep on practicing to beat your time. Okay, so perhaps you'll be slow in the beginning for a start, but if you will repeat the exercises, the second time you'll go faster, and the third time you'll be for sure you have mastered the art of answering analogy questions. Okay, so let's see. For the first slide, we have number one, accept is to reject, as receive is to blank. We have the choices: reward, ask, or give. Number two, broom is to vacuum cleaner, as pump well is to blank. A, basin, B, pressure tank, C, pail. Three, house is to subdivision, as stall is to blank. A, clinic, B, supermarket, C, foundation. Okay, now like what I've just said, I'm gonna just keep on playing the slides um, and give you 10 seconds or 20 seconds to go over the questions. All right, the answers will be found in the end of the presentation, but of course you want to challenge yourself. So before going to the last slide, I'm sure you'll have to write down your answers first on your ticklers, okay, or review notepads. Let's start, and time starts now. All right, so congratulations. You did 20 of the questions, and I guess let me see. I guess you've got 20 over 20. Okay. Now, there's one thing here. Um, if you'd like to ask me anything about the relationship of the words given in these practice exercises, you may write down your comments below, and I will be able to read them, and I shall be sending you my replies. And again, um, try your best to beat your time. It's okay. Ooh, we have, if you want to revise the concepts, I have here presented to you the links to part 1, part 2, part 3 of the analogy concept series, which we have viewed earlier before these particular slides. And up for the upcoming presentations, as promised, I'm gonna uh, give you the 20 average analogy questions for practice single word approach next to these slides, next to this presentation, okay? And after that, after which we shall be having the 20 different analogy questions for practice, again from the single word approach series. Now, that's it. We only have 3 sets. Now, for the paired word approach, we shall be having 3 series, 20 easy analogy questions, 20 average analogy questions, and 20 difficult analogy questions. After these 2 sets of practice exercises, we're going to go to the challenging questions, challenging verbal analogy questions for practice. Okay, so that's it for now. And once again, I would like to thank you for dropping by this channel to enhance your analogy skills in analogy, answering analogy verbal or answering verbal analogy questions, and also to increase your intelligence quotient level. Okay, for all ages, boy, girl, teenagers, mom and dad, aunts, uncles, grandpa, grandma, those who want to take the entrance exams, admission tests, career service exams, placement tests, aptitude tests, and for simply like doing something, exercising your brain cells. Thank you for dropping by, and I wish to be with you in your journey to success. So, see you again. There is one slide that will follow. Okay, and that's the key or the answers to the questions in this presentation. Happy checking, and please comment below. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe, click the subscribe button, and share. It's the most important thing so we may help others. We may reach out to our friends and loved ones. Bye for now and stay safe. Bye.